Goat does it all, but how should you build his hidden potential? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the LR EZA Phys Janemba and trying to figure out what just might be his best hidden potential route. So let's take no further time. Let's jump on in. So this guy on his EZA has quite the bit of a passive here, right? He's getting key 6 on attack and defense, 166%. He's guarding all attacks. He's reducing damage received by 22%. He's launching an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack for 1 turn from his entry turn. He's got an additional key 2 up to 6 and an additional attack and defense 66 up to 166%, and chance of performing critical hit 22% up to 66% with each attack performed. He has an additional attack 66% when key is 22, and he has an additional damage reduction 22% when the character is the first or second attacker in the turn. He launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack when the second or third attacker in the turn. He has a great chance of nullifying Ki Blast supers directed at the character and a high chance of evading enemies' attack. He does have a rage mode that can be activated when HP is 66% or more, starting from the 6th turn from the start of battle. And once he enters rage mode, let me take a look here. He simply changes all key spheres to Phys key spheres. He gets an additional key 2 per key sphere obtained, and attack 16% per key sphere obtained. So this is basically what that means is that he's got guaranteed crits and he's got a giant nuke in his hand. So it ends up being quite powerful for the type of unit that he is. It's probably one of the strongest rage modes we have. To add on to that, he is, right, as he's building through his passive, he's also getting a little bit on his super attack effect each turn by greatly raising his attack and defense on his 18 key. So the question now remains, how do you build this monster's hidden potential? Because he kind of has it all. He's got crit, he's got additionals, he's got dodge. So what do you do? Well, if we take a look over here at our handy dandy hidden potential guide, thanks to the Dokkan wiki, we can see that as a Phys type, right, he has a natural 20 additional attack, right? He's got that 5 at 55%, and the more you develop in him, the higher it can get, up to 40% at max with 2 dupes in him, meaning with any of his potential skill orbs, right, which he does have a few that give him combo attack on top of defense, he can get up to 50% chance to do an additional super that has an additional 50% chance to becoming a super attack. So it would seem that that might be the best way to go, and in fact I do kind of agree that combo attack is probably the best way to go for him, as he does need to get that build 66%. All right, basically 3 attacks with the with 3 attacks, right, a hidden potential built in, he's going to be fully built up by the first turn if he procs that additional super. If not, next turn, but at that point you can kind of put him wherever. But if you want to take advantage of all this extra attack he's getting, right, from putting him in slot 1, you may want to take advantage of having additional attack in him. Now, it doesn't seem that he needs any crit, so I'm just say right out, this character does not need crit. He has enough crit through his base passive that you can kind of just forgo this altogether, which means really the only other option is a sub evasion, right? So if you put a sub evasion here, you could probably get about 10 to 11, which is not much, but it is a fair amount extra that would give him a leg up defensively. So, right, my best recommendation is max hidden potential, additionals, and then evasion secondary. You could go the other route and go full defensive, right? If you don't want to bother using his attack stats and focus more on his defensive side, he has a 50% chance to dodge, so you could add on, well, it's not additive, but you could give him a separate 15% chance to proc, which means 30% as a Phys type. 30% chance to proc a dodge by going full in his hidden potential. And then in that case, his sub would be additional attack, right? No matter what, additional attack is something that needs to have somewhat of a focus on with him because it allows him to build that much quicker, which helps him all that much more as the fights progress, right? Realistically, he doesn't need a whole lot, right? At the point in which he initially released, a lot of people were going full dodge, right? For one reason or another, but often the claim was that because it allows you to dodge and miss major supers, although at the time of his initial release, when a lot of people were making this guy dodge, he didn't really need it because the bosses just weren't hitting hard enough. Now, here in the 2024 meta, I can definitely agree that it could be beneficial to go full dodge with them, especially since he kind of has the natural additionals built into him, which will get him built up very quickly. So, I mean, that's just kind of the way I see it, to take advantage of, basically just take advantage of what he does best, which is be defensive. Although he does have a few turns where he can look offensively pretty impressive. So, guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, how did you build your LR Phys Janemba? What do you think might be the best route for him? I'm saying additionals with sub dodge. I know others have said dodge, but let us know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.